Good evening and welcome to Putnam County Sports Talk. We are your hosts. I'm Jared Jernigan.
King Gardner.
And it is boys basketball sectional week, so we have a lot to talk about. We don't have a lot of time tonight, Kane.
No.
So before we get to the basketball action, I had the pleasure of going down a couple nights to the boys swimming state meet at IUPUI this weekend, and Greencastle actually had 5 total swimmers participating in it, but the one who showed the brightest was Jay Guffey, who came in to the meet seated 15th in the state in the 50-yard freestyle. He came out of the preliminaries 13th with a season best time of 21.55 seconds. And then in the consolation finals, did not have as fast of a time, but still improved his seed. Finished 11th in the state with a time of 21.7. And for anyone who doesn't know, that is fast. So, just want to say congratulations to Jay.
Absolutely.
Yep. Congratulations to the Tiger Sharks on a good season in general. It was a very, very nice year for them.
Yep, absolutely. And
then moving on to the week at hand, we do have 2 basketball sectionals going on here in the county, as we referred to last week. In 3A action, there will be 7 teams gathered at McAnally Center over the next few nights.
Yep.
And kicking off action tonight, we have Greencastle at 12-7 hosting Edgewood, who is sitting at 12-8. So that should be a pretty good matchup to open that tournament, Kane.
Yeah. Pretty evenly matched the record-wise. Greencastle did lose to them back on the 15th of January, 59-48. If I remember correctly, I think Nick Hutchison had about 13, and I believe Tyler Lewis had 18. So, Nick's been having a pretty good season, so if he could, get some points in that game tonight, get some things kind of rolling for the Tiger Cubs, I really think that the game is a very, very winnable game. And the way that they play, they closed out their season against North Montgomery. They're playing pretty good ball right now.
Yeah.
So they pretty much dominated that game from start to finish. And, the Chargers came at them a little bit, but Greencastle was able to, kind of, keep them at bay and be able to score when they needed to score. So I look for it to be a good game, but don't be surprised if Greencastle, just because they have that earlier loss, gets the winner. So.
Okay. And then the winner of that game will move on to a 6 p.m. Friday matchup with Sullivan, who drew the bye. And then elsewhere, even though there are no other county schools in that sectional, tomorrow night, Wednesday, we will have West Vigo taking on Owen Valley at 6, and Brown County taking on South Vermilion to follow. And the winners of those 2 games will play each other Friday in the second game, and then the championship of that will be at 7:30 Saturday night. And then also here in the county, as always, we have the South Putnam sectional, and that kicks off here just pretty early tonight. We have 2 county schools in action in that first game. 10-10 Cloverdale will play 6-14 North Putnam. So what do you see, between these 2 county schools?
Cloverdale's playing really well right now. They beat Eminence the other night, and Eminence beat Monrovia, who was undefeated in the conference this season.
Right.
And so for them to get that kind of a win late in the season, actually the game right before sectional, got to be a huge lift.
Absolutely.
And North Putnam had kind of an odd week. They went to South Putnam and actually lost at South Putnam to a South Putnam team that played, like I said before, in my opinion, from what I had seen, probably their best game of the year. And they were able to come back and get a win against South Vermilion. So that's always nice to get that rebound win and, not go into the tournament, dropping 2. So I think it's going to be a pretty good game. And North Putnam's record's a little deceiving at, 6-14. They're a good team. They have really good athletes. And I think the game will be, pretty tight. I think that it's winnable either way, but it's just going to be a good game. So I think everybody there is going to be, going to be in store for some good basketball.
Okay. And then in the second game at South Putnam, will be Monrovia taking on Covenant Christian, so a couple of the schools that have been stronger in that sectional in recent years. And then on Wednesday night, the Eagles on their home court will open play against Tri-West. The Eagles come in at 2-18, and Tri-West is 15-5. So South will really be looking to pull a big upset.
Yeah. It was good for the Eagles to get that win against North Putnam to close out their season on their home court, where they're going to be playing sectional at. So they've got the good vibe. They've got a lot of things working for them. Tri-West is going to be an extremely tough opponent. Tri-West is always tough, and it's going to be if they can play like they did the other night. I haven't been able to see Tri-West play this year, but they could give Tri-West a game because they played really well. They played very controlled. They did what they wanted to do. And I don't know if that's something that they've been able to do all year, And I think that they were able to, when they needed pressure, when they needed to score, get the rebounds. They did what they needed to do. They got the win, and being able to get that right before sectional on your home court where you'll be playing. Plus, it's home court. They're going to have, those stands are going to be packed with Eagle fans. So, hopefully it'll be a good game. I think that the records, you look at them and you automatically want to write down Tri-West as advancing, but the old adage, and every coach will tell you, tournament time comes around, records are out the window. So
that's absolutely right.
I'm hoping it's a really, really good game. I think that they've got it in them, and I think that they can do it.
Okay, and then the first round will wrap up Wednesday night after that game with Cascade taking on Speedway. And then we have two semifinals for that one on Friday night. The first game at 6, the second to follow. And then that champion will also be crowned at 7:30, or following a game at 7:30 on Saturday. So with North Putnam and Cloverdale, we're guaranteed to have at least one county school still in action Friday night. And, here's hoping we have 3 of the 4.
Well, and if Cloverdale, in that South Putnam, if Cloverdale can pull off the win, get the win in advance, they're going to be going up against Monrovia, who, like I said before, lost to a team that they just beat.
Okay.
So that's
we know they'll be playing Monrovia?
No, I said if Monrovia.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If Monrovia advances. Because they're going to be going against the 15-5 Covenant Christian
Absolutely.
team. So that's a big if.
Yes.
So if they play Monrovia, they're going to be going against a team that, they just beat a team that had
They beat them, right. And finally, Kane, are you ready for spring sports?
Yes, I am, Jared.
Okay, I'm glad.
I love my basketball, but I'm going to be happy to get out of the gym. It's been It's been a cold, dreary kind of winter. So
yeah, I understand.
Getting out, as long as the start of the baseball and track and everything like that, as long as it's not dreary, then yes, I am looking for spring. So.
You'll have some of those days,
Yeah.
but I have some good news for you. The spring season is starting. You won't be outside just yet.
That is correct.
On Saturday at 11 a.m., DePaul will be hosting the Hoosier State Relays at the indoor tennis and track facility, and we have 3 of our 4 county high schools in action there.
Yep. North Putnam, Cloverdale, and Greencastle will be competing in the relays. They start at 11 a.m., and like you said, it's at the DePaul Indoor Track Center. So a little bit of tune-up. Get ready for the season. It's good to get out there and get the legs, going and see how your conditioning has gone. So, it'll be a good one.
So that's it's just around the corner. I don't think we really have official. We don't have the official start to the outdoor seasons until after spring break, but basically no rest for the wicked. It is spring sports season. So
that is correct.
And that is a whirlwind. So summer's just around the corner, basically.
Yep.
So I guess that just about takes care of it. So until next week, I am Jared Jernigan.
I'm Kane Gardner.
We'll see you next week.